Well, hello, everybody. I'm excited to be getting with you today because for today's Healthy Hustle, we have a great guest. You may have already seen this video, but we're going to be sharing it out in little snippets that you can share with your friends because it's such good information. And it comes from licensed psychologist and awesome researcher on all things algae, particularly AFA, Dr. Jeffrey Bruno. Dr. Bruno has decades of experience as a California licensed psychologist. He is uniquely trained in the practice of integrative mental health care. And he has decades of experience in traditional psychotherapies, alternative healing therapies. He knows his stuff. He is one of the first to sort of coin the term nutritional psychology, right? For over 4 decades, he studied Western and Eastern and alternative forms of mind, body, and spirit medicine. He is a phenomenal doctor in the emerging interdisciplinary field. He knows what he's talking about. And he also wrote a book. He's a published author, Eat Light, Feel Bright. And it's a great book all about algae and the benefits, particularly of nutritional algae, and specifically Aphanizomenon flossaqua being the king of that group. Really grateful to hear from him. Thank you, Dr. Jeffrey Bruno, for sharing this information with us. So, Dr. Bruno.
My name is Jeffrey Bruno. I'm going to speak on 3 core nutritional concepts: food enzymes, probiotics, and wild microalgae. I'm going to speak from my personal experience as someone who has used all 3 on a nearly daily basis for the past 40 years. I'm going to speak as a licensed health professional, a psychologist, who specialized in mind-body approaches, including nutrition. And I'm going to speak as a teacher and author who has extensively researched and educated thousands of people on this approach. The challenge. We are living in an increasingly sick world. The signs are everywhere. In the United States, nearly 80% of adults 55 years and older have at least one chronic illness. Nearly 50% of adults 55 years and older have 2 or more chronic illness conditions. A chronic illness is any physical or mental health condition that lasts for more than a year and requires both treatment and ongoing monitoring, as well as limits a person's function. Chronic illnesses are our nation's leading cause of death and disability, and the numbers keep growing. Chronic illnesses account for nearly 75% of overall healthcare spending, which amounts to annually over $1 trillion on medical treatments and lost productivity of work. Simply, with our ever-increasing proportion of the aging population, if we wait for government or profit-driven medical industry or corporate-sponsored major media to find a solution, we are simply doomed. I'm going to share with you another approach, which represents the foundations of a nutritional supplemental program that I've used for nearly 40 years. That is the use of food enzymes, probiotic bacteria, and wild blue-green algae that all work together to promote wellness. Let's talk about eating wild microalgae. I was first introduced to blue-green manna, which was one of the first wild harvested microalgae available in modern times, about 40 years ago. I had a naturopathic teacher, Dr. John Ray, who declared that this was the world's best brain food. I was in my early 20s and already suffering from some memory decline, brain fog, and general spaciness. Within weeks of eating this wild microalgae, the same algae as wild mind, I noticed significant mental and overall energy improvements. I've been eating it daily ever since. It's one of the few whole food supplements that most people do feel the difference. AFA microalgae is one of the most nutrient-dense complete foods in a highly bioactive and bioavailable form. What does that mean? This whole food nutrient easily dissolves and is easily absorbed into your blood, brain, organ systems, and even the cells of your body. How does this do it? First, as one of Earth's earliest food organisms, nearly 3.5 billion years old, it's composed entirely of super teeny digestible cells with no cell nucleus or indigestible parts. Most plants or animals have parts we can't digest and cells that are 20 to 30 times larger. Moreover, blue-green microalgae are loaded with nutrients not commonly found in any other single plant or animal. About 60% of microalgae is made up of essential amino acids and nearly all non-essential amino acids that can help repair or build new cells, neurotransmitters, or hormones. Also, microalgae offers one of the richest sources of trace minerals and one of the widest ranges of essential fatty acids, including DHA, with powerful antioxidants and a host of vitamins. What are the benefits of microalgae? First, it provides some of the richest sources of antioxidants. The beneficial properties of microalgae can support your detoxification pathways in your skin, lungs, kidney, liver, and intestines. Microalgae is one of the most powerful brain foods. Microalgae offers a unique source of DHA and other heart protective nutrients that can lower homocysteine, improve circulation. There are so many health benefits to microalgae that I spent nearly a decade researching in depth numerous scientific research articles, hundreds of scientific research articles, which culminated in my writing a 469-page book on the health benefits of microalgae called Eat Light and Feel Bright. I absolutely will not go one day, if possible, without these remarkable food supplements of enzymes, probiotics, and wild microalgae. Why don't more people know or rely upon these three nutritional food principles: food enzymes, probiotics, and microalgae? Remember, we are living in a very sick nation and unfortunately in an increasingly sick world, where a few dozen multinational corporations seem to control most everything that people buy and consume. And these powerful interests are increasingly trying to shape how we behave, even how we think about ourselves in our world. Now, it's really up to you. Are you going to wait for some governmental or big pharma technological solutions? Or are you willing to add more enzymes, probiotics, and wild algae to your diet? The choice is yours. We can work with nature, natural solutions to improve our overall wellness and use technology when we have an understanding of the benefits and the risks in those areas that we choose to. But remember that health begins in the gut, and food is your best medicine. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. So much, Dr. Bruno. That was a fantastic presentation. We are absolutely blessed to have your firm hands on this level of information, this depth of information. So thank you for sharing it with us. And to all of you, share this with a friend. You never know who needs it. And a lot of people are looking for answers right now. Maybe this is one. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.